Disney blessed our screens with a unique world of dragons, and it's mind-blowing. Each of these powerful creatures carries its essence, power, and personality. Today, we'll explore all 107 of them in their different classes and find out what makes them so special.
These dragons are hot-headed fire breathers. A notable characteristic is their high shot limit and impressive firepower. Some of them are even capable of setting themselves or a part of their body on fire. When Stoker Class dragons become sicker.
Class 1. Stoker. If there is one class that thrives on heat and spectacle, it is the Stoker Class. These dragons embody fire in its purest and most dramatic form. They do not just breathe flames, they live and breathe showmanship. Every move they make seems to declare that they are forces of nature, not to be ignored. Take the Monstrous Nightmare, for example. This dragon does not settle for spitting fire. It sets its entire body ablaze, transforming into a living inferno. The display is not just a defense tactic, it is a statement of dominance, a fiery roar without words. These dragons are bold, and they know it. On the opposite end of the size scale, yet equally spirited, is the Terrible Terror. Do not let the small frame fool you. What it lacks in size, it makes up for in mischief. It zips around with a fearless heart, snapping at larger foes and stealing food with playful daring. Wherever there is chaos, you can expect a terrible terror to be close by, adding its spark to the fire. These dragons live by the fiery pulse of the Stoker Class. They are heat and havoc combined, creatures that burn bright and wild across the world of Burke.
Toothless, you might want to hop on to the next long ship, because you're not scoring this one. Powerful attacks. If you call a slap in the face powerful, unique abilities that allow them to navigate in their respective environments.
Class 2. Strike. When it comes to speed and intelligence, the Strike class reigns supreme. These dragons are not just predators, they are the silent storm before the strike. Everything about them speaks of precision, power, and mastery of the skies. The most famous among them needs no introduction. The Night Fury, Toothless, is the heart of this legend, a dragon that glides through the darkness like a shadow and vanishes without a trace. Armed with plasma blasts that light up the night, it is both beautiful and fearsome. Every movement is smooth, every attack calculated. No wonder it is considered the rarest and most formidable of them all. Its elusive counterpart, the Light Fury, is no less enchanting. With scales that shimmer like starlight and the ability to vanish in bursts of fire, this dragon is a dance of elegance and ferocity. Together, these two species remind us that power does not always roar. Sometimes it moves in silence. The Skrill adds its drama to the mix. It does not deal in fire, it commands the storm. This dragon harnesses lightning itself, channeling raw energy into strikes that can tear through the toughest defenses. There is something almost divine about a Skrill in flight, cloaked in crackling electricity as if born of thunder. Let's not forget woolly howls, frost-born warriors of the skies. Adapted to Arctic winds and icy storms, they thrive where others falter. With frost resistance and resilience carved into their very bones, these dragons embody survival against the harshest odds. The Strike class is a league of hunters, swift and calculating. They ride the wind and wield the elements like living weapons, making them legends in motion.
These dragons are vain, prideful, adored being stroked. Well, generally made a fuss of, really. They especially love compliments due to their nature. And today I'm going to be looking at why these specific set of dragons are sharp class, and why some. Not gonna lie, this description needs to be updated as it barely matches any of the dragons still in the class.
Class 3. Sharp. Sharp class dragons are the artisans of battle, forged in precision and lethality. They do not rely on brute strength alone. Their elegance lies in their design, every feature sharpened into a tool for survival and supremacy. The Deadly Natter is a perfect example. Its magnesium-tipped tail spikes turn it into a walking arsenal, capable of launching volleys that pierce through the toughest hides. Astrid Stormfly is living proof that beauty and danger often share the same wings. Then we have the Razor Whip, a dragon of sheer grace and menace. Its tail is a blade in motion, slicing through obstacles like butter. When it takes to the skies, its silvery scales gleam like polished steel, a warning and a promise all at once. Do not underestimate the speed stinger just because it lacks wings. On land, it is a blur, striking with a venomous sting that paralyzes prey before they even know what hit them. The Sharp class is nature's way of saying that elegance can kill, and precision can be more terrifying than raw strength.
Rounded bodies. Despite this, they are able to keep up with most other dragons, and they aren't picky eaters. So the last class, the Boulder class. This is going to be fun. Today we're going to be looking at these specific set of dragons to see whether or not they are Boulder.
Class 4, Boulder. Meet the giants of the dragon world. Boulder class dragons are built for endurance and strength, the bedrock upon which dragonkind stands. They are power-given form, yet not without quirks that make them all the more fascinating. Take the Gronkle, for instance. At first glance, it seems almost comical with its rotund body and sluggish flight. But underestimate it, and you will regret it. This dragon eats rocks, melts them inside its body, and spits out molten lava bombs. That is nature's furnace at work, and it is as deadly as it sounds. The Whispering Death is another marvel. Moving like a shadow beneath the ground, it tunnels silently and strikes without warning. Its spines rain down like a storm of needles, turning the battlefield into a nightmare. And then there is Hot Burple, the sleepy giant that seems too lazy for a fight. Yet when it moves, the earth trembles. One stomp is enough to shatter defenses, proving that even in slumber, power sleeps lightly. The Boulder class is not about speed or agility. It is about sheer, unshakable might. These dragons are the guardians of strength, the living walls of the dragon world.
And either weld them together or attach it to themselves. The most prime example of this is the Armor Wick. They find pieces of metal and attach it to their body, as they are scaleless underneath. This adds levels of protection, including being fire resistant. My guy be mining some iron armor here. Are the metal pieces covered in glue, or do they like to stick to the body even before welding on? Well, Snorlaut couldn't pull out an axe before the dragon welded it to itself.
Class 5, Mystery. Some dragons fight with force, others win with fear and illusion. Mystery class dragons are the tricksters, the masters of deception. Their power lies in the unknown, and nothing is more dangerous than what you cannot see coming. The Changewing is the ultimate shapeshifter, able to blend into its surroundings so perfectly that it vanishes before your eyes. Add a paralyzing mist to its arsenal, and you have a predator that strikes from shadows you did not even know were there. Then comes the hideous Zippleback, a two-headed chaos machine. One head breathes combustible gas, the other ignites it. Together, they create explosions as unpredictable as their personalities. Their constant bickering might seem amusing, but when they unite, the results are devastating. Bone Nappers are nightmares dressed in bone. They wear the remains of their victims as armor, turning death into a weapon and an identity. And the Night Terrors, those eerie little dragons, do not hunt alone. They swarm, creating ghostly shapes in the night sky that terrify foes before the real attack begins.
Are exceedingly loyal. They are generally larger of those of other classes. Despite this, they are usually very peaceful ocean dwellers who prefer to be left alone. And today I'll be looking at why these specific set of dragons are Tidal Class, and why some, drinking age, take a shot every time I say water, ocean, or any other synonyms of that nature.
You'd be dead.
Class 6, Tidal. The seas have their rulers, and they belong to the Tidal class. These dragons are born of water and storm, moving with the grace and fury of the ocean itself. The Scaldron is a terror of the deep. It takes the sea in its jaws and spits it out as boiling blasts, turning water into a weapon that can reshape the tide of battle. The Thunderdrum does not need claws or fangs to dominate. Its voice alone is a weapon. With roars that send shockwaves ripping through air and stone, it scatters enemies like leaves in the wind. Sea shockers glide beneath the waves like living lightning, their twin heads delivering electric jolts that paralyze prey in an instant. And then there is the Bewilderbeast, the alpha of alphas. It towers over the ocean, crafting palaces of ice and bending dragons to its will. Where the Bewilderbeast rules, the sea itself bows in silence. Tidal Class dragons are the kings of the water realm, commanding both storm and sea with a power that humbles even the bravest warriors.
It's predominantly a superb sense of smell, detecting scents from miles away, so good. Starting with a good baseline, the Rumblehorn. From the discovery of this dragon, it defined a whole new class. Rumblehorns can fire explosive missiles from long distances. They are very strong with thick armor plating protecting them from most threats.
Class 7, Tracker. Tracking is an art, and these dragons are its masters. Tracker class dragons possess senses so keen that nothing escapes them. They are the relentless hunters of this world, driven by instinct and sharpened by nature. The Rumblehorn is a legend in this class. It can follow a scent across mountains and forests, never losing its target. The deadly Tracker is exactly what its name promises: tireless, focused, and utterly unforgiving. The Wind Gnasher adds its flair to the hunt, using instincts that rarely fail. It may seem moody at times, but when loyalty matters, it stands firm. Tracker class dragons are the bloodhounds of the skies, creatures that see what others miss and never stop until the chase is done.
The Sweet Death as well, known for hiding underground and ambushing their prey with their sweet scent. Lastly, I believe the Sand Wraith would fit best. Another one that's characterized to dig underground, and although it's a Tidal Class and it's regular species.
Class 8, Fear. Some dragons do not need to fight. Their very presence is enough to send hearts racing. Fear class dragons are the embodiment of terror, creatures that haunt the edge of nightmares. The Deathgripper is the most chilling of them all. With venomous fangs that hypnotize its victims, it turns other dragons into slaves. There is no mercy in its gaze, no weakness in its strike. The Changewing returns here for good reason. Invisibility is terror enough, but add cunning to the mix, and you have a predator that kills from nowhere. The Forever Wings are ancient titans, hiding in forests so vast that they become one with the land. Entire mountains can move when these giants awaken. Fear-class dragons are not just monsters. They are myths given flesh, reminders that nature's darkest wonders are also its most powerful.
Creatures realize how small they truly are, allows it a tactical advantage that's pretty much unrivaled. It's been rumored that the Submaripper isn't entirely unreasonable. If it doesn't see you as a threat, it might just ignore you. Too close to something it wants to protect, you're in serious trouble. If anyone's seen the DreamWorks Dragon series, the Forever Wing is a colossal tree-like dragon.
Class 9, Alpha. At the very top stand the rulers of all. The Alpha class dragons are the sovereigns of this world, unmatched in size and command. The Red Death and the Bewilderbeast hold dominion like living gods. Their strength is beyond question, their authority absolute. When they rise, the earth trembles and the skies darken. Few ever see an Alpha and live to tell the tale. Those who do speak of awe that words cannot capture, for these dragons are not just creatures. They are forces, shaping the destiny of every living being under their shadow. Now, would the dragon world end with these classes? Of course not. It brims with wonders that defy all rules. Other dragons bend the laws of nature in ways we can barely imagine. Some wield magnetic forces, others summon wind or draw power from living plants. These oddities keep the dragon world wild and unpredictable, a realm where magic and nature dance without limits. So yeah, the dragons of the How to Train Your Dragon universe are more than beasts. They create a world that feels boundless, and to know them is to step into a saga where strength meets grace and wildness blends with loyalty. Which of these classes is your favorite? Share your thoughts on these dragons down in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.